Um, so let's talk about Singapore in general versus the U.S. How do you feel like the skill level is? Maybe not even Singapore, Malaysia as a whole. Like, how do you think the skill level is compared to Americans? I know when you were on Excellent Adventures last year, making a lot of fun of Xbox Live and American Xbox Live. Do you think America's close? Do you think your region has a greater skill level? How do you think the two compare, Singapore and America?
I think America is stronger in Street Fighter 5,
Okay.
definitely. And I think although a lot of people say online is bad, but I actually think the online is better than in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
Because when I play Xbox in America in Street Fighter 4, I actually felt 5 was better. Maybe because there's a 6 frames of lag, so the offline felt and the combos are easier, so the online felt kind of similar, But 4 has a lot of one frame links,
Oh yeah.
so yeah, it's definitely the game is more executional, So I think that actually helps because I think American is stays far away from each other
Mhm.
because you have to drive everywhere. So I think the online helps, and there are a lot more players for Street Fighter 5, that pick up from other games.
Mhm.
Gear, KOF who pick up Street Fighter 5, so they probably have a bigger scene, and I think that's the reason why it and there's a lot more money in Street Fighter 5 from like the money keep growing. So when
Sure.
people realize it's a new game, they felt that they has a chance,
Mhm.
since it's a new game, rather than in 4 where it's really stagnant, like Asians are really, really, really good.
Yeah.
So it's lazy to do the catching up instead of like starting a new thing together. So
Right.
that's why I feel that America is better in
Is
Street Fighter 5.
sure. How do you remain such a good player? I mean, you make Capcom Cup every year. You always place really high at Evo. How do you, without a local scene? Because for me as a player, it seems like the online play isn't enough. Do you think you should spend more time in the training room, or how does a player like yourself stay consistently good at fighting games without a terrific scene like Japan or like California? Right.
I have so much thoughts on this that I can write a 200-page book on how.
I would buy that book. I would buy that
I
book.
have been thinking about that for the longest time because I played fighting games for 20 years, and
KOF
I
first, right?
KOF, I played Marvel, I played X-Men, Street Fighter, I played Daytona, I played all kinds of
Hmm.
fighting games, EX2 Plus, any kind of soccer games. And what I felt is for fighting games like Street Fighter, if you don't have I do have a scene, in Street Fighter 4.
Hmm.
I have an arcade, but it's not a big scene. But in 5, I actually lost a lot of the competitors because there's no arcade in Street Fighter 5.
Hmm.
So at that point of time, I felt that I learned how to use videos and training mode a lot better. You know how to how to efficiently use training mode to practice and watching videos to make yourself a better player, and how to have a different strategy. So to cut it short, I would say that for Capcom Cup, the strategy I try to practice is I try to play my opponent's character. So
Oh.
since I don't really have a good Mika or Gao in my country, I don't have a good Mika and Gao I can play against. So I would actually try to play Mika and Gao, and I try to find the best Fang I could have and practice against him. So I try to find what is the problem. If you have a strong Mika and Gao, you don't have to play. You don't have to play that. You can just practice against that.
Against, yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't have it, you should play those characters and play with the best Fang that you have and try to figure out what is the problems that Mika and Gao has against Fang.
Hmm.
So you can try to mix it that way, and see what can be done, so that you understand all the options, defensive and offensive. And from there, I still feel that it's not enough. So the last week before I went to America, I went to Japan, and I did the same thing. I find every Mika and Gao players
Oh.
that I could to since I already have all the options and everything done, everything I wanted to execute strategy, I go and test it against them and I try to improve a little bit by little bit, from what can be a correction to edit what it could be better. And I also try to play Mika against the best Fang in Japan, and I'm really helpful that everyone played against me, so sometimes they may not know why am I playing Mika against Fang, but I just try to see what I can be done, maybe they have a better strategy because there's always something you can pick up from another player,
Mhm.
even at the highest level. When I play Mika and when I play against a Fang in Japan, it's called Das Aim. I actually learned a lot from him. Like he actually showed some insight of, hey, you know, when I played against him, oh, if he played this way is really annoying for Mika. Like,
Mm.
oh, so I should copy what he does, and edit into my strategy that I already have. So I have everything mixed in, So I learned a lot from every Fang player that I play against, and I practice the best Mika as well, Fudo and Poison and Ega, all the Mika players there. So and that's how I improve on the prepare for my Capcom Cup. But there was so many things that I should have done, and I didn't manage to do even 50% of it during Capcom Cup. Makes me very disappointed with myself. Yeah, because
What,
I had so much notes,
what,
on.
why do you think you weren't able to execute? Because it sounds like you had a really good strategy thought out. You were reverse engineering the other Fang as Mika, and you were trying to create those problems in your Fang for Knuckle Do to solve. Why do you think you weren't able to do them? And how good is Do? How good is Knuckle Do?
Makidu is really, really strong. Even way before in the Street Fighter 4, during the last year of Ultra Street Fighter 4, I really felt that he was a really good player. He was really, really strong, but really underrated
Mhm.
because he always qualified for Capcom Cup, but didn't really do well, So people underestimate him a lot. And in Street Fighter 5, he was playing Nash. So at the start of the Street Fighter, and nobody people wasn't really noticing because he was not really traveling, and he haven't won anything big, But at that point, I really felt that he was very good when I play against him, you know. So he just got even stronger now. So I felt that he's the biggest threat in my bracket because it's my second game. So I
Yeah,
didn't bother about any games after that. I was like, I have to get past this guy before
yeah.
I can play any other game. So I can't practice for any other people because he's in my bracket and I have to focus on him. Yeah,
Right.
so he's a really good player.
And why do you think you weren't able to execute? Was it? It's not nerves, right? You've been there before. You said you weren't able to do the things you wanted to do.
I think all the time when I play, I am always able to execute what I want. But as a Fang player, I really, really annoyed with this. It's actually really hard to execute what you want because there are so many things that you can do with Fang. There are so many different ways, that even I have the strategy wrote down, I couldn't I, I couldn't manage to do it. And Mika is a very momentum character.
Mhm.
So when he gets in, I may not have a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
So during the set, how I felt was the strategy kind of worked out, but I couldn't follow up with what I wanted to do. So I was very disappointed with myself, and there's too many close games that he clutched it out, at the end of the part due to my mistake. So that makes me felt kind of disappointed, you know, because there's a lot of different buttons for anti against Mika. So sometimes I get confused and I press the wrong button,
And the
against.
splash, the splash makes it
Yeah,
hard to
the
time,
splash and the
right?
drop kick too. I have a
Yeah.
stand light punch. I have the crouch down. I have stand medium kick. I have stand heavy punch. At different range, I have to press different buttons. But I have never have a character that I have to prepare. I have to press a different button. At the
In
different
every
distance.
situation.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things I have to writing the notes. Too many. I think my strategy kind of failed because I have too many of them, and
Mhm.
I couldn't manage to execute so much of them in the first two three. So I felt kind of that's how I felt.
Just,
Why I didn't manage to execute it.
but Mika's getting nerfed and Fang's getting buffed, so you're gonna be the best now, and you'll win Capcom Cup next year, right?
I really hope so. Yeah,
I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do have a couple more questions if that's okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um, First, your Street Fighter. What is your? It seems obvious. I think the answer is obvious. It's. I would assume it's Evo 2013, but maybe not. What is your single greatest achievement in Street Fighter? What are you most proud of accomplishing in Street Fighter, or maybe video games in general?
Mm, I would think I'm most proud of, yeah, seems to be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be evil. Yeah, evolution actually
How
changed
how
my
big
life.
was that? You said it changed your life.
Yeah, it actually changed my life because I get a lot of exposure and I get a lot more opportunities and companies giving me chances, to get a sponsor. It was all after evolution. As
Yeah.
an Evo winner, before evolution, I didn't realize how big it is to win Evo. But you have a lot more opportunity and chances after Evo if you won Evo. Like a lot of people will want to sponsor you. You have more chances in life basically when you won Evo, and it cannot be written off that you are an Evo winner. Yeah, this can never be written off. So I would say I really felt salty for Gamer B for getting second twice. Like he was always so close to clinching the spot. Like he get top eight so many times, second place so many times at Evo, but I know this is not what he wants. And
Right.
yeah, but winning Evo was a really big thing for me.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. Did you have any idea in 2013 when you were going? I mean, I know you knew you were good. Did you think to some degree, like, I'm going to win this tournament? I'm the best player in the world?
At the time, actually, I have a lot of confidence that I could win Capcom, I could win Evolution because I spent a lot of time losing with the character again, and nobody knows how to deal with this character. Because I lost so much, I have a lot of strategy and a lot of setups and mix-ups, and I saw all the Gens at that time were all really bad.
Hmm.
So there's not much good Gen players around. There's only like one in each country probably, and they
Yeah.
don't really have access to play with those players. So that makes me confident as they have no enough matchup knowledge and how I play Gen. So at that point of time, people hadn't really figured out me, so I was very confident.
Do you think then I'm going to win Evo? Because I lose a lot. Like, I lose a lot with Birdie. Is this my year? Am I going to win Evo? Because I lose all the time. Is that the secret? Just keep losing and then you win Evo?
I know. I think in Evo, I mean, I lost a lot after I switched to Gen. So
Ah,
but at that point, I improved a lot, while other people was not really looking at this character. They kind of
okay.
overlooked at this character, and I think winning Evo usually has something to link with the previous event of the year.
Okay.
Usually, if the guy like I won like 8 tournaments before Evolution, so Infiltration won almost everything before Evolution too.
And then he
The
won it.
Evolution winner usually has win a lot of tournament before that because you have to get past a lot of people in pools in evolution.
Right.
So if if you can do that, in smaller tournaments,
You're saying I'm not. You're saying I'm not going to win Evo. I have to win something else first. That's what you're saying. I've got to win first, right?
yeah, you
Okay.
have to
Okay.
premium first usually in order to win Evo. Usually,
Okay.
I would think.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna win Evo, but I appreciate that. That now I've got the strategy. I just win a couple tournaments before, and then I got it. Um, just a couple questions about your personal life, and I don't want to dig it all. I just want to talk about the balance between gaming and personal life because I know it takes a lot of hours to be as good as you are at Street Fighter. How do you think you maintain balance? I know you have your girlfriend Jen is very active in the scene. She cosplays. I saw her at Evo a couple years ago. She like a Poison cosplay. I was like, this is amazing. And then they're like, that's Shian's girlfriend. How do you maintain the balance of a happy relationship and travel and putting in the hours of gaming? What's that like? And do you have recommendations for other players? How do you keep your girlfriend happy while playing hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of Street Fighter?
I think the answer could be very easy. You just need to get a gamer girlfriend.
Get a gamer
Jen
girl?
really supports me in whatever I do, because she's the gamer herself. So she likes playing game as well, and this is a very big plus, for your for balancing between fighting game career. I've never had experience of having a non-gamer girlfriend since I get competitive pretty late,
Right.
and I've been Gen for like 3 years. So I think having a such a supportive girlfriend is the balance is really easy because she knows what you're doing. You can
She
just go,
understands.
yeah, you can go to her house and sit on the PS4 and play for hours, and she understands,
Yeah.
But instead of trying to complain, because always have to accompany your girlfriend, I think at this era of time, everyone is working so hard. You're not really gonna get anything off it if you have a lot of commitments in life.
Right. So that's the secret. Get the gamer girlfriend. That's all you have to do, and then win tournaments, then win Evo. You get the girl, you get the trophy. That's how you accomplish it all.
I think a gamer girlfriend would definitely helps. If not, you're gonna have to really get a really understanding girlfriend. Mhm. It may not be easy, for a girl to accept you playing 10 hours a day, not replying to messages, not replying to phone calls. I think there are girls like it who exist, but probably the easiest solution is to find someone who really supports you, and it will
Yeah.
be better if you play games.
That's the option select, right? That way you don't have to. This she understands. Um, finally, what about season two for you? Are there characters that you would like to see? And when I say characters, are there archetypes, right? So like, would you like to see like a kung fu master? Would you like to see someone similar to Gin? Would you like to see a drunken boxer or a Shaolin monk? Is there a design? Because they showed those
Mm.
silhouettes. Is there a character you would like to see for season two? And would would you drop Fang? Are you ever gonna drop Fang? If Gin comes out, you have to, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I would probably have two characters.
Yeah.
I would, I would say I really like old characters,
You want
old,
returning
yeah, old kung fu characters or old and blind characters. Like I just
blind.
like, yeah, I just like characters they can't see properly for some
Okay.
reason. Like, I think they look just really, really cool when, like, I played Akuma. He can't really see. I played Daosin. I played,
They
yeah,
can't see.
Gan,
Can
Fang.
Akuma not see?
Maybe with the egg face. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
You should play
You know,
Sagat. Sagat's got the one eye.
yeah, I just think that they look really cool. And like if they have kung fu, old
That'd be cool.
Chinese kung fu, or it just it's just a very unique design that I like. So I like to play characters that I find cool.
Right.
So
What about season two Sagat? He's completely blind. He loses his other eye, right? He loses it to
that
Gen. Gen takes it out, and now
uh,
he has no eyes. He's blind. You play that Sagat season two? That's your character.
I will see about that. Yeah, he doesn't look as awesome as I wish it is. As cool
uh,
as I thought.
and then season two for Capcom Cup and Evo in tournament. What are your plans? What's the next tournament you're going to? Do you have a strategy for winning Capcom Cup and Evo next year? What are your plans? And this is the last question, so take as much time or as little time as you want. But 2017 and the next Capcom Cup, the next Evo. What are your plans? When are we going to see you in America?
I'm not sure when you're gonna see me in America. Probably after the Pro Tour starts,
Okay.
the next premium, I believe.
So
Um,
so maybe like final round. I think that's like January or I don't know.
March.
But
Yeah,
March. Yeah, March. Excuse
it's
me.
gonna be a long time before I start traveling. The
Okay.
next trip I have, I'm not even sure when is my next trip. It's a
It's
holiday trip with my family.
you
Yeah,
get to visit your family.
it's a holiday trip with my family to Asia countries, Hong Kong.
Yo, you can't do that. Remember you said infiltration didn't take holiday and you didn't take naps. No naps, no holiday. You gotta stay focused.
But this is the only time that you have to spend more time with your family.
Yeah,
I felt that this is for Street Fighter player. This is their time to relax.
yeah.
This is what I did last year as well, and I get off a really, really, really bad start at the start of the game. So I actually wanted to focus a bit more this year. So I mean, a holiday is still necessary. You
Yeah.
know, you still have to take a break. But I wouldn't take a real long break like last year. I think I almost didn't touch the game after Capcom Cup last year until the next Street Fighter 5. But well, you can't really touch the game anyway. So
Right.
I had a real 2.5 months break without playing fighting games. So it came up to really reading articles on what the game system is like, when the game just came out. So I think it's a really bad start. So I won't make this mistake again because I think we
Okay.
can play, we can still play Street Fighter 5 now. So I will be practicing, as
So
well.
shorter holiday, shorter break this time, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
probably practicing for the matchups that I'm more unfamiliar with.
Hmm.
Since the more familiar matchup everyone probably knows, it's all the top tiers. So practice the unfamiliar matchups so that I won't lose to unfamiliar characters anymore,
Right. Yep.
especially Zangief.
It's what? Especially
Zangief.
Zangief.
I
Zangief and Street
always,
Fighter 5? For Fang, that's
yeah,
not a problem.
I always have a problem with Zangief, even in this version.
Really? That's
I
to
think
know.
where I think Fang has an advantage. You know, I know every. I always felt when I play against Itabashi, I didn't felt the advantage was that much. Itabashi felt that Zangief has the advantage against Fang. So
What? Huh.
I'm like out of touch with this character because I don't have a lot of people playing Zangief in my country, so I don't have a lot of experience,
Mhm.
and I really felt that I have to work on this matchup because not only is my demon, but for me to misunderstood the matchup so much that I thought that it was like a 7-3 for Fang. But when I played against someone who actually think that that
It's
was
Geef.
uh, that was Gibbs' favor, and I don't know. Like I personally felt that up to now I thought it's a 5.5 for Fang, but I'm gonna play Zangief a lot more to
Ah.
understand what exactly it's like to make the player felt like this, that he
Right.
has advantage. Because most players, like I just finished watching ESL King of the Hill. I saw Stupendous fighting
Pavocado?
against, yeah, so losing against Mika. He was like, oh, Mika, the champion of Capcom Cup, of course, the broken character. And I'm playing a character who didn't get into Capcom Cup. Like, I don't want to have this mindset. Like, this is
That's the
not the
wrong
mindset.
attitude, right?
This. I actually felt that saying this means you already lost. You
Yeah.
lost even season
Before
two.
you played. Before you played, right?
Yeah, in season two, this guy is not relevant too. I would actually thought of because the mindset changes everything. You gotta think in a certain way to win.
Hmm.
Unless Zangief could be S tier again, like if not, you would never felt that the character is enough.
Right.
You have to be like Itabashi actually like, oh, the matchup is in Zangief's favor.
He
Like
thinks he
no
can
way.
win.
Yeah, every Zangief I fought is probably not gonna tell me that. They're gonna tell me like there's a 9-1 matchup for Fang, you know.
Hmm.
But I still don't think it was in Zangief's favor. It was in Fang's favor, but not as much as I thought. It people actually has a good strategy, on how to play. Because after all, Fang doesn't have a reversal,
Right.
So once he get a knockdown, it's a real 50-50 because I don't have a reversal. So
Right.
so Itabashi understands that he just need one chance,
To get
and
in.
yeah. So one chance it will be a mix-up game, so that in that way I felt, if I think that way, I should try to play some more Zangief against Fang, and try to learn how it's like and what makes Zangief uncomfortable, and I will comment on the matchup more.
Right,
And I
and
definitely,
that's the right mindset. I think that's important. Like you said, Stupendous' mindset of like this character's good, my character's bad, I can't win. Versus Itabashi's got the right outlook, right? That's how you win with Geef, is you believe you can win. Don't you think?
yeah, because Zangief and Mika and Zangief and Fang, everyone would probably tell you Fang is the bad matchup more
Hmm.
than Mika, because Zangief can throw a lot of fireball, throw poison, but the attitude that Itabashi has makes him unique. Zangief is weak in this version, yes, but he's definitely not low tier. I think him and Fang it all belongs to mid tier. They're
Right.
actually they're actually decent, just that they are at the bottom. So if you want to play a character on the bottom, your mindset is not finding excuses. You
Right.
need to have a stronger mindset, a more unique mindset, a never give up mindset if you want to play those characters. Because there's
Yeah.
no meaning in playing those characters and giving excuses. I mean,
Yeah.
I know
You.
people does that, like okay,
Yeah.
let's play, and oh, I lose is the character. But at the end of the day, we are
It's.
not gonna get
It's.
anything out of
Yeah.
life if Yeah, you're gonna get fake fans, gonna get
Yeah.
people like, yeah, you're right, Zangief is weak, that's why you didn't want. But these are not the fans that you want. You
Right.
want to move people heart with your character and win and put up. Even if you lose, you want to put up such a great fight that
Yeah.
people respects you and people's like, hey, your match really, you made me felt that Fang is so strong, and you want to make people believe in you and think that a miracle is possible. This is the attitude I think you should be having if you want to play a wicked character.
Yeah.
You want to motivate someone, inspire someone, so that would be what I felt.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and we'll have to end on that because that was terrific. That was super motivational. If you're playing low tier, if you're playing Fang or Geef or Birdie or Bison, no excuses. You have to be persistent, like you said. Um, One more question. This is just a win. I miss your stream. Like we're streaming on Twitch live now. I miss your Twitch stream. When do we get that back? When do we get to see? Was it Tough Cookie TV? I forget what it's called. Is that it?
Changed to CNMSG already.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
I know,
already Shin MSG.
yeah, on my, because Top Cookie is a land shop that opened, but I closed it down
It's
already.
gone. Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
back to my CNMSG. You know, I'll be streaming
When?
tonight as well at
Tonight?
9 p.m. Yeah,
9 p.m.
so
Oh, 9 p.m.
every-
your time. What time is it? It's 11 there, right? So like
it's
8 hours.
12 now. It's from now.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
12
9
hours.
hours.
Go ahead.
So
Go
it's
ahead.
still
Sorry.
CNMSG. My Twitter is also CNMSG. Instagram CNMSG.
Do you do your
Facebook.
own Twitter? You're on Twitter
Hmm?
so much. Is that you? We don't think it's
Yeah,
you. We think. Is that really you?
I actually have stopped being on Twitter. I actually tried being less on Twitter,
No, no, don't go.
but I'm really active in social media because it's just, I think it's an addiction,
Yeah.
and I really want to spend more time playing the game. This year, I spent so much time on social media that I felt that I spent more time playing social media than the game.
more playing
The
social
amount of
media
time
than.
I spend on Twitter, Instagram, copy and paste to Facebook, to fan page, you know,
Yeah.
way more time than I practice the game. I don't really want to repeat the same mistake. So
Yeah.
I'm cutting down the time that I only spend specific time on social media now. I still try to reply to everyone, but then I
No,
actually kind of,
you do a great job. You do a great job.
so
A lot of players I asked to be on this podcast, they're not as good as you. They're bad. They have bad mindset. They didn't even reply. You replied and you did the show, even though you were at Capcom Cup and Seam. So we're all of us, everyone in the stream, and I are very grateful for all the work you do, and you're an inspiration to all of us. So I just want to say thank you again. You're fantastic. Everybody, we'll see your stream tonight, right? Shin MSG.
yes. You can follow me on Twitter too. I always post on Twitter whenever I streams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and I
Thank
will
you.
continue to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and this all comes actually because when I'm not as famous, people reply to me too, and people teach me. So I wish to do the same as what people has done to me. You do good to people, bring more good to other people as well. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for your time.
No, thank
I mean,
you.
hopefully
Have a great day. We'll see you live tonight and on Twitter. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for the stream and interview. I'll see you next time.
No, thank
Bye
you. We'll
bye.
see you next time. Bye bye.